coffee first. Nice. What's up, guys? Fears, audience, fears. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Fears, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I am so ready for my vacation. It's a vacation long overdue. That is this Saturday. So, Fears are going to be leaving to the airport on Saturday at some point. I'm not going to say when. And they said it's going to take about 2 hours and 30 minutes. They said, well, that's if the wind is with us, it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. If the wind is against us, it's going to be 3 hours. So we'll soon see if it's 2 hours or if it's 3 hours. But big shout out to the fans. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Also, another update. I uploaded a vlog last night before I went to work. I edited the Flash. I went and saw the Flash, I think about a week or two ago. So I finally got that up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check it out if you haven't seen it. It's already got like 1 or 2 comments on it. So it seems like people have been enjoying it. So anyway, let's open up the live and open up the chat. There we are. Tonight before I went. There we go. Oh, thank you so much for the like. I appreciate that. Switch it to live chat instead of top chat. There we go. Awesome. Just a few updates before we start the show. Oh, thank you again for the second like. I appreciate that. Just a few updates before we start the show. I had to return everything to the library today. I checked out like 3 or 4 movies. I'm not going to be able to get to them, because, listen, I've got enough to watch here. I don't need to check anything out at the libraries. Plus, I have to take them back before I go on my trip. Sometime this week, probably tomorrow or Thursday, I'm going to get my hair cut, for the trip. I'm very excited about the trip. It's been an okay week. It's been half good, half stressful. I really don't want to get into why it's been stressful, but it has. It's been quite stressful this week. Work was good last night. We only had 37,000, so not too bad. 37,000. So I got in, I got out. It was a very quick, easy shift. I think I got out of there like 8:30. Came home, I had a little breakfast, had a shower, went right to sleep. And I woke up today at around 12:30. So I've just been kind of up and about doing, starting my day. And I had some lunch. I was out and about doing errands. And I stopped at Mickey D's. So the only thing I really need for my trip, I need some more undershirts. So probably tomorrow or Thursday, I'm going to go buy some more undershirts. And then I have to buy, some of those travel size, like toiletry items, like a little tube of toothpaste. I have to, get some more contact solution, stuff like that. But like a little size, So, anyway. What up, Jeremy? What's up, buddy? How are you doing? What's up, Jeremy? Jeremy's the first one to say what's up in the chat. Mom's doing good. My grandma is super excited to see me. My mom's super excited to see me. I'm excited to see everybody. So, after this stream, be sure to check out my my Flash vlog. So, I went and saw The Flash, the 2023 movie. Very good. I enjoyed it. I know some people didn't enjoy it, like in the community, but I enjoyed it. It's so awesome to have Michael Keaton, back as Batman. I never thought in a million years I would see him as Batman again, but here we are. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, I do think the guy that plays the Flash, he's a good actor, but man, I read all this stuff about what he does in his personal life, and that guy is a crazy motherfucker. He's a good actor, but I guess when he's not acting, he just like freaks out and loses his mind, you know? So I was like, wow. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna tell Visions, that I'm live. I always like to have my buddy, all my buddies here, if possible. If he's not available, then I understand. I'm just gonna, shoot him a little message real quick and tell him I'm live. Yo, I am live. So come and hang out if you are able to, buddy. All right. There it is. All right, we are live. But yeah, Jeremy, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I was just telling people I am so ready. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the likes. We got 4 likes. Jeremy, I was just telling everybody I am so ready for a. I'm so ready for a rest. If anyone needs to chill and relax, it's Fears. And I'll tell you why I need to chill and relax. Like, what's up, Rebecca? How you been? I've been stressed out about trying to find a better job. I like my job, but you always try to better yourself. Thank you for the 5 likes. So I've been trying to find an even better job. Because my job that I do right now, it's pretty good. But, if I can make more money somewhere else, then why not, And then, the online stuff, all the negativity online that I get, that becomes very tiring after a while. I'm not going to mention anyone's names because that's how, drama starts. And I don't want any more drama. But it's a challenge. It's a challenge when people constantly give you shit every single day of your life. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy sometimes. So it's hard to deal with sometimes. I was having this discussion with Randall the other night, and I appreciate Randall. I appreciate all the advice he gives me, but it really is tough to, ignore them sometimes or not fight back, because if they make fun of my friends or my family, I want to, what's the word? I want to defend myself, and I want to defend my friends or my family or whoever they're making fun of, But I really should just turn the other cheek. I really should. I've been trying just to be like, you know what? It's not worth it, fighting with them. It really isn't, So, yeah. Doing good, Fears. Oh, good, Rebecca. I'm so glad you're doing good. Like I said, I'm doing all right. Half the week's been good. The other half of the week's been kind of stressful, So, how do you deal with negativity? By either watching movies, Jeremy, or talking to a loved one or a friend, or working on a video. So I try to focus on those things if someone gets me down or if someone's giving me shit, I thought everyone loved the Fearsman. I wish. I wish. Some people, really hate me. But that's okay, Jeremy. I don't like some people on the internet because they've caused me nothing but pain, but so it's mutual, but I've been trying just to ignore it as best I can. It gets kind of crazy sometimes. So yeah, it gets kind of crazy sometimes, Jeremy. But I do my best. I really do. Yo, Yakov, what's up? How's everybody doing today? I'm doing all right, Rebecca. Thank you for asking. I appreciate you asking. I got a show tonight at 6, so please pray for me. Oh, nice, Yakov. Nice. Now? What type of show are you doing? Are you playing the guitar, or are you on the saxophone? Oh, no, I'm sorry, not the saxophone. You don't play the saxophone. You play the French horn. But are you playing the guitar, or are you on your French horn tonight? Saxophone. I don't know where I got that. My bad. Not saxophone. French horn. I apologize. What type of instrument are you playing, and what type of show is it, Yakov? Because now my curiosity has been sparked. So yeah, let's see, guitar and singing. Oh, nice. Well, that should be a good show. I will definitely shoot a prayer out to you, buddy. And you know what? I'm gonna say the prayer right now. So, I'm going to take off my hat because whenever you're praying, you should always take off your hat to show respect for the big guy upstairs. So everybody bow their heads. Well, I should say this. Everybody that's religious, bow their heads. So here we go. So, dear Lord Almighty, we come to you today asking if you could send prayers and blessings and support to my friend Yakvanage, however you want to call him. He's doing a show tonight at 6 p.m. and Lord, he just wants it to be a nice, smooth, epic show. No problems, just epic music, good times, good tunes. So if you could just come down and lay upon your blessings and prayers upon his shoulders, I think Yakov would really appreciate that. I know everybody in the community would really appreciate that. I would appreciate it. And you're the best. You know, I always call you the big guy. So I love you, Lord. Yakov loves you. I'm sure mostly everybody in the chat loves you. So God bless to Yakov, and God bless to his show. Hope everything goes well. And Lord, we just need your blessings. We need your blessings, not just tonight. We need your blessings and prayers every day. You know, I know I do. You know, sometimes, you know, things get tough and Fears doesn't talk to you as much. I should talk to you more, but sometimes I shut down, like when I get a little agitated or frustrated. So I've been trying to talk to you more, and I apologize for not talking to you as much. But I do talk to you. I just need to talk to you more. So anyway, I really appreciate all the love and the support and the blessings that you give me every single day, and to my friends and to my family. And big shout out to Yakovich and his show. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, there it is. There it is. All right. I think that's going to help, Yakov. I think that's going to help. Oh, well, I appreciate that, Rebecca. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sure I'll pull through, Rebecca. I don't. Just some days are tough, man. Some days are tough, you know. And you know what it is I try to be a people pleaser. I try to please everybody, but you know, some people on the internet you just can't please. So I just try to focus on the loving and loyal fans. I really do. I really do. But anyway, so Yakov, I hope that prayer helped, buddy. I hope that prayer helped. So yeah. Rebecca says you're welcome, Fears. I appreciate that. Thank you. Let's pray for Fears, man. Well, thanks. Appreciate that. The show will be epic, Yak. I agree. Now that we've got the good Lord's blessing and Fears doing that prayer, it's going to be an awesome show. Thanks, Fears. Hey, no worries, buddy. No worries. Anyway, today's topics are Fears has found a lot of gems. I've found a lot of gems over the last couple of weeks, last couple of months. Half at like Walmart, half at FYE. But these recent two I found at FYE. Yesterday I reviewed My Bloody Valentine. Fantastic. And I also reviewed The Toxic Avenger, Part 1. Because there is a 2, a 3, and a 4. So, I haven't gotten to those yet, Jeremy. But the key word is yet. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a classic. I've already watched this a million times, but I only had it on DVD. Finally, I have the Blu-ray Collector's Edition of The Fog with shit tons of bonus features. How many hours? Over 2.5 hours of bonus features. Yeah, buddy. Because I love all that behind-the-scenes stuff. So I rewatched it on Blu-ray. And I love the collector's edition. So we're going to review this yet again. See, what you can't see, it won't hurt you. It will kill you. Dun, dun, dun. So we're going to review this. And then I have not watched this movie in a long time. I've seen it before, and I had it on DVD. But I'm probably going to give Randall my DVD version of it. I didn't even know this movie was on Blu-ray until I found it at FYE. And I was like, ooh, I like that movie. So, and it was only like $6 or $7 at FYE because it's a very, 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 very old movie. Judge Dredd, finally on Blu-ray. Yeah. Quite the gem, quite the classic. In my experience, DVDs have more bonus features than Blu-rays. Not true, Yakov. Some. I'm not gonna say you're wrong because you're not. Some DVDs have more bonus features, but when you get the collector's editions, because a lot of Blu-rays and a lot of 4K they're switching over to like collector's editions, depending on how old the film is. If it's a collector's edition, for sure, you know they're gonna have it chopped full of goodies. And that's what this one was. So yeah. Like this one, I'll give you an example. In this instance with this movie, on the DVD, it did not have a making of. And it didn't have like bonus features. And it didn't have like bonus trailers and like bonus like deleted scenes. This one has bloopers, deleted scenes, and the making of. And it's all up here. So I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, so the DVD didn't have that. That one does have it. Because I love movies. I love how movies are made. I love how long it takes. I love, like, how long did they take it? How did they shoot this? How did they shoot that? I love all that stuff, man. So, yeah. So, last night, these were the ones that I watched. And then, as you guys all know, I'm not a big fan of sequels. Never have been. But some sequels are good. Not a lot of them, but some are good. And I'm going to try and do the top 10 sequels of all time. It's going to be hard, but I'll try to pull out 10 out of Fears' mind and put them in that group. So, anyway. So, yeah. So, all of these movies, I'm going to give to Randall. So, Visions, whenever Visions gets here. Visions, I got your cup for Randy. And then all those movies Randy wants. And then, like I said, all the movies that Randy doesn't want, I think what I'm going to do is, for the next, I don't know when I'm going to do the next contest, the next Fears Man contest, but it's going to be in about 2 or 3 months, and I'm going to up the ante on the prizes. So I thought, all right, the first contest we did was a meme contest, and it went fairly well. You know, we had about 5 or 6 major competitors, and then I narrowed it down to 3, and Yakov won, and then Visions came in second, and then the Dude came in third. So I wanted to thank everybody for that, and I mailed them off. Yakov, did you get your gift yet, or is it's probably still in transit? But let me know the minute you get it, buddy. Anyway, somebody just messaged me. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Ugh. All right. I will answer that later. Okay, so not yet. Not yet. All right. Well, I'm telling you, yeah, it'll get there, buddy. It'll get there. They just said it would take like 20 days or some crazy outrageous. It was either 15 or 20 days. And I was like, wait a minute. 15 to 20 days from when I sent it? Because I didn't think it would take that long to get to Canada. You know what I'm saying, Yakov? I wasn't mad at the lady. I just thought, man, that's like a long time. And I looked at her and I said it politely. I said, I'm not sending something to like Asia. I said, Florida's here, Canada's right above. I said, it's not that far away. She goes, it doesn't matter. She goes, when you send anything to another country that's not the U.S., and I was like, okay. I'm like, fair enough. So, it's going to take a minute. So anyway, I was thinking, though, on the next contest, I think that we're going to do, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have everybody do their own picture, their own version of Fears Man. And I'm going to be like, just use the blue and the yellow. Look at a picture of Fears Man that Randy or somebody else has done. And whoever has the best version, their best version of Fears Man, I think the first winner is going to get $50. Because I wanted to up the ante, like on the gift. So $50. The second prize is going to be a bunch of DVDs and like Blu-rays that I don't want anymore. And then the third one, I think I'm going to give them like a Burger King gift card. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think those are pretty good prizes. Let me know in the chat what you think. Or what I could do is I could do all cash prizes. Like the number one gets $50. Number two gets like $20. And maybe like the third person only gets like $10 or something, you know? So, but I'm still noodling around with the prizes, but it'll be something like that. But yeah, because my friend was like, my friend was like, hey, Fears, why don't you like up the ante on the prizes? And I was like, you know, that's a good idea. So, I really appreciate all the likes. So, I can't thank you guys enough for that. Anyway, so today's topics, like I said, top 10 sequels, the Fog review, and then the Judge Dredd review. So let's get on it. So, if you guys have got any suggestions for the top 10 sequels, let me know. Put them in the chat. Here's I think what I'm going to do is, I think the first one, everyone loves Raiders of the Lost Ark, all right? That's the first one. But I gotta say, Temple of Doom is a good sequel. It's a good sequel. So I would say number one is Temple of Doom. Number two, probably Ghostbusters 2. It's good, but not as good as number one, but it's a good follow-up. So that's number two. Number three, definitely T2. Terminator 2 is fantastic. So that's number three. Number four, The Godfather Part 2. That's good. I'll be honest, I've never seen The Godfather Part 3, Yakov. I need to see The Godfather Part 3. I've seen Part 1 and Part 2, but I need to see number 3. So that's number 4. Number 5, definitely Back to the Future 2. That's a good sequel. Oh yeah. Nothing against Back to the Future 3. That one's good too, but in terms of like sequels, that's a good sequel. So that's number 5. Number 6, let's see here. Oh, Empire Strikes Back for sure. Empire Strikes Back. Oh yeah, that's number 6. Number 7, let's see here. Home Alone 2. That's number 7. Number 8, let's see here. Oh, The Hangover. The Hangover Part 2. That's pretty good. Number 9, let's see here. Let me look at my DVDs and my Blu-rays over here. You know what? I would say this, Yakov. Like, would you consider this a sequel? You know how, like, Star Trek, the original Star Trek was in, the 60s? Star Trek The Next Generation is a sequel to number 1. They just have 7 seasons, so I don't know if that one counts, but I'm going to add it to the list. Star Trek The Next Generation is fantastic. So, that's a good sequel. And you know what? I'll be honest. Star Trek The Voyage Home, the 4th one, that's also a good sequel. So that would probably be number 10. So far, those are my top 10s. Again, the more movies I watch, I'm sure those lists will change. But anyway, so there it is. That was hard, man. I'm like, how do I narrow it down? How do I narrow it down to like, just top 10. Because there's so many good sequels out there. But again, I'm not a big sequel watching type of guy. It has to be a really good sequel for me to, watch it. Because, again, I usually like original stories. Those lists. Original movies. Because anytime you make a sequel, they're trying to out-top the first one. And it's very hard to out-top the original source material. So, that was hard, though. But I think we did all right. I think we did okay on those. So, yeah. Rebecca, I don't know if Visions is going to get here in time. Sometimes Visions works really late hours in the morning, and then he sleeps in. Because sometimes I do my shows around 3 or 4, but I had nothing going on because I slept, got up, did all my errands. So hopefully he makes it. If not, Visions will catch you on the next one. But I'm gonna keep continuing on. So yeah. All right. Let's go to the Judge Dredd review. Okay, here we go. If you guys have never seen this, it is such a good film. It's cheesy, but it's good. It's like that good cheese. It's based off the Judge Dredd comic books. They did make a remake. The remake is good. The remake was more set in actual reality. This one, even look at his costume. His costume looks kind of cartoony. You know what I'm saying? In the remake, they made his costume look very real. Hey, if you were going to be a judge, this is how the helmet would look. This is how your utility belt would be, to put all your bombs and grenades and your gun in the holster and all that. So they made him look more like a real police officer in the remake. This one's more like half action movie, half comedy, half action adventure, half comic book movie. The special effects in it is great. And a lot of the movie takes place in Mega City. And basically what they've done is they've took New York City. Because right in the middle of Mega City, you see the Statue of Liberty. So pretty much they've sucked out all the water that's around the Statue of Liberty and around New York City. And they've made Mega City. So all the water is gone. At least on the sea level. And they've built Mega City around it, and then all the water that they took from there, they use the water in their living homes and to drink and stuff, and they purified it and all that. But one of the most epic scenes is when his name is Fergie. Fergie is Judge Dredd's sidekick, and he gets off, and he gets out of jail, and as he's traveling to his new home, in the city, you pass right by the Statue of Liberty, and half of the face is broken off. So it's been there for a while, and Mega City's been there for quite a while. Yo, DVD Blu-ray guy, what's up? He says, how could it be 4 halves? Well, it's all those. It's half action adventure, half comic book, half comedy, half action. It's an adventure. It's got adventure in it. It's got comedy in it. It's got action, and it's got comic book stuff. It's got a lot. And I won't take it back. DVD Blu-ray. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm tired a little bit. I can't talk today. I said I'm not gonna take back what I said. DVD Blu-ray guy. I love having movie discussions with you because you always bring good questions and good. I love having a good debate with DVD Blu-ray guy because we're friends, and I always like the stuff he brings to the table. What I meant by that, DVD Blu-ray guy, is it has all those. It's got action in it. If you like action, if you don't like action, it's got comedy. If you don't like comedy, it's a comic book movie. And it's an adventure movie. It's got all of those. It's all of those. But I know what you're saying. I shouldn't have said, probably a better way to say it, I shouldn't have said half. I should have said it's got this, and it's got this, and it's got this. So it's got all of that mixed together. It's an action, adventure, comic book movie. And it's really good. I do like the remake of Judge Dredd. The only difference is that they made him look realistic. They made him look more realistic in the remake, and they made him look more like a cop in the remake, and it was more believable. This one's very not cartoony. It's not cartoony. It's more comic book, because Judge Dredd is based on a comic book. And I'll be honest, I've never read the comics. So, DVD Blu-ray guy, have you guys ever have you or anyone else in the chat, have you guys ever read the comic books? Sadly, I've never read a Judge Dredd comic book. Of course, I've heard of him. I've just never read the comics. So yeah. So DVD Blu-ray guy, have you ever read the comics? And have you ever seen this movie? Because it was only like $6 or $7 at FYE. It's really good. Really good. I would say my favorite scene out of the whole film, it's hard. Probably I have two favorite scenes. I love when Judge Dredd is battling that cannibal family at the end. They're literally like a family of cannibals that like eat humans. And he basically just kills them all and like just battles them to the death. So that's probably my first favorite scene. My second favorite scene is when Judge Dredd's sidekick, Fergie, gets out of prison and he's going to his new home. And he opens up the door to his home and he steps in, and then all of a sudden a gun is like pushed against his temple. And he's like, who the fuck are all these guys like in my house? And a full-on, like, riot war starts right at the beginning of the movie. And these bad guys have took over, like, Fergie's, like, apartment. And he doesn't want anything to do with them, but they kind of force him to, like, join the riot gang. Because they're like, hey, we don't care this is your apartment. Either help us out or we're going to kill you. And then Fergie's all like, oh, okay, oh, man. And then that's when you first see Judge Dredd, and it's basically like the judges versus these like the street gang in an all-out like riot war right off the bat, right when the movie starts. So I would say those two scenes out of the whole movie are my two favorites. I really enjoyed those two scenes. So yeah. DVD Blu-ray guy says, I have read the comics. I like them. The movie is okay, and I like the new one a little bit too. Yeah, I agree. The new one that they made, I don't know when they made the new one. I think they made it like 3 or 4 years ago, the new one. That one's more believable. If you look at a picture of like their version of Judge Dredd, that's more the comic book look. But if you see the newer version, he looks more like a police officer, and it's more believable in the remake. So I like the remake's look. I like both movies. This one's called Judge Dredd. The remake is just called Dredd. So that it's kind of cool. It's like Madonna. One word. Madonna Dredd. So it works. It definitely works. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed both of them. You know, they're both good. They're both good movies. And I didn't think I was going to like the remake, but you know what? I do like the remake, and you make a good point, DVD Blu-ray guy. And I also made this point before you showed up. He looks more like a police officer. He looks so more believable. His helmet's a little smaller. It's not tall like that one. It does cover his eyes. He's got extra padding, like a bulletproof vest is built into his suit, because you would need that if you're a police officer. His utility belt holds more things than this version of Judge Dredd. It holds grenades. It holds extra ammo. It holds his keys for his bike. All that stuff. So yeah. So this one doesn't have to be believable because it's a comic book movie. But what I'm saying is, Blu-ray, DVD Blu-ray guy, he looks more like a cop, and it looks more believable. Like if this was actually real, he looks more believable in the remake. I like the way he looks in the remake. So I would give this. It's not a perfect movie. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. It's still a good watch. It is still a good watch. Anyway, give me 1 second. I'm getting tons of notifications. There we are. Give me 1 second here. There we go. All right. That always makes me laugh when you talk about these ridiculous horror or action movies. And one of your criticisms is that it isn't believable. Well, do you want me to explain that, DVD Blu-ray guy? Do you want me to explain it? It's called suspense of disbelief. I know what it is. What I mean by this is anytime you watch a horror movie, you think these people would learn their lesson. You know what I'm saying? Why are they running up the stairs? Why? There's no exit up the stairs. If they go out the front door, they can run anywhere they want, and they would probably survive. That's why I'm like, I can't believe that these horror movies are so ridiculous. The cheesy ones, I don't really care, but like an actually good horror film, like I'll give you a perfect example. In Friday the 13th Part 3, I love that horror film. That's a good horror film. She's almost out of there, right? Right? She's almost out of there. She goes across the bridge, and then the tire gets stuck in the wood bridge. And all she would have to do is put it in drive and gun it. If she would have gunned it, she would have got out of there lickety split. And then like she tried, and even before that, she tried to turn the key like 8 times. When she fully knew that the van was an electric van. So, like in the movie, that van that they have, that gray one, it can either have gas in it or it can either be electric. So she switches it to electric, finally. The minute it wouldn't have turned the first time, I would have hit the electric button. She finally does, but I'm like, why does she get out of the van and run away whenever the tire gets stuck? Put it in drive, slam your foot down on the gas, and fucking gun it. That's why, that's the type of stuff I talk about, DVD Blu-ray. Some of it is so ridiculous, I'm like, you would think they would learn their lesson. But I understand, it's a fake movie. They have to make it suspenseful, because if she did gun it and get the hell out of there, then the movie would be over, because she would get away from the killer, and the object is the killer needs to chase her and then have a big final confrontation at the end. So I get it. I understand why they do it. Just sometimes I'm just like, really? You didn't think of this or you didn't think of that? So yeah. But anyway, see, exactly, DVD Blu-ray guy. I know it doesn't make sense, but that's what I think about sometimes when I watch these horror movies. But you're absolutely right. If she would have gunned it and got the hell out of there, then Jason would have just stood there and been like, oh, well, shit, she got away from me. By the time I chase her down the road, she'll be miles down the road, and she'll be out of my reaches, out of my clutches. So that's why she goes, oh, shit, the van's stuck. I better run away. And so then she gets out and runs away. And then I don't know why, but she runs back into the fucking barn. But again, the reason why she does that is to horror movies keep the main character in a contained area where nobody can help her or him. The cops can't help them until the very, 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 very end. And if the cops do try to help in the middle of the movie, they're so dumb. You ever notice how they make like the cops in horror movies dumb? So that's why they do that. So yeah, also to keep it in the realm of their thoughts in the movie, if you're getting chased by a killer, you'd be running totally on adrenaline, so you wouldn't be thinking clearly. Very true. Very true. But see, like, in order to... But on the other side of the coin, DVD, Blu-ray guy, even though you'd be running on adrenaline, if you made you would make a lot of mistakes if you weren't thinking clearly. That's the most time to be thinking clearly because you're like, oh my god, this guy's trying to kill me. I need to get the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying? So these are the things that I think about. But I mean, you're absolutely right. I know sometimes it makes sense when I'm talking about, and I know sometimes it doesn't. But I'm just like, why would they put that in the horror film? But that's the reason why. I get it. It just drives me nuts sometimes. I'm like, if you could just grab the phone, the cops would be on the other end. Oh no, I can't make it. I can't make it to the phone. Why can't you make it to the phone? Just run your ass over and grab the phone. So yeah. So yeah. I know why they make bad decisions because it's a made up movie. But I'll be honest, they didn't make too many bad mistakes in like My Bloody Valentine. They actually made a lot of good decisions. Now the cop, he made a couple of bad decisions, but he also made good decisions like the Bloody Valentine Day killer sends him a note saying either cancel the dance or there's going to be more killing. Well, actually, he does cancel the dance, but then the stupid teenagers are like, oh, well, look, we'll just host a party, And then he sends the police officer another Bloody Valentine with blood on the Valentine. He opens up the Valentine and says, I guess you didn't take my warning. You did close down the dance, but now there's a party. So now you're going to have to suffer the consequences. And he's like, wait a minute, what fucking party? So he actually did make a good decision, but because of the idiot teenagers, that's why so many more people died. So there it is. So yeah. Anyway, good debate though, buddy. Let's move on. Anyway, do I suggest watching Judge Dredd? Yeah, it's good for at least one or two watches. Watch it once all the way through. Definitely a 7 out of 10. So it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. It's one of those popcorn movies, that makes you feel good. If it's a rainy Sunday afternoon, pop it in. But I definitely do like. I love the remake, just like how DVD Blu-ray guy said. He likes it. I like. So watch this one first, and then watch the remake. Give the remake a watch because that one's definitely. There's scenes in that I like better than this one, and then there's some scenes in this that I like more than the remake. But they're both good. They're both good watches. All right, let's continue on. All right, so to end the stream, there we are. I know I've watched this before, but I only had it on DVD. But so finally, DVD Blu-ray guy, I finally got it on Blu-ray, and I got the collector's edition. I think this one was only like $15, something like that. Tons of bonus features. All this is bonus features. I love watching. So I was like, all right, I've already seen this movie last night. I said, all right, last night, I said, I'll review this again. But I said, I'm going to start with the bonus features. Check out all these bonus features. New high-def transfer supervised by cinematographer Dean Cundy. Audio commentary with writer-director John Carpenter and writer-producer Deborah Hill. New audio commentary with the actors. And then, let's see here. New interview with Jamie Lee Curtis. Tales from the Mist, Inside the Fog featurette. Fear on the Film. Fear Inside the Fog featurette. The Fog storyboard to film featurette. Horror's Hollow Ground, explore the movie locations. A new look at the film's locations, outtakes, theatrical trailers, TV spots, photo galleries, and bloopers. So a lot of good gems. So I watched all that first. Good stuff. Because on the DVD version, I think the only thing that they put on that one, DVD Blu-ray, I think on the DVD version, I think they only put like 2 trailers, and that's it. So I watched all this behind the scenes stuff. This is definitely, I would give The Fog. I love John Carpenter. You know I love his movies. Definitely a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. Probably my favorite scene of all time. Probably when the father confronts Blake the pirate, and he said, "Here, Blake, I've got your gold. And Blake's eyes turn red, and then Blake grabs the gold cross, and there's a bunch of light, and then they disappear and all that. The ending's great when Blake comes back and chops the father's head off. And it's just a straight up good, ghost story. It's a really good ghost story, because in American history, there's only a couple of ghost stories. Probably one of the most famous ghost stories, you heard about when you were a little kid. The legend of the Headless Horseman with Ichabod Crane. I remember hearing about that story when I was 4 or 5. So yeah. So if you haven't watched The Fog, it is such a good watch. It is so good. I highly recommend it. Oh, come on, DVD Blu-ray guy. Everybody has seen this. It's not a spoiler. Come on. They made this in the 80s. I'm sure everyone's seen this by now. And John Carpenter likes to use a lot of his same actors. At the time, he was married to her. He was in Halloween 3. He was in, he was in, Escape from New York. He was in, Creepshow. So, he likes to use a lot of the same actors. Jamie Lee Curtis has been in almost every single John Carpenter film. Almost. Not all of them, but almost. So yeah, I'd say that's my favorite scene. If I had to pick a second favorite scene, where those guys on the boat that are drinking and getting drunk, they meet Blake and the pirates for the very first time, and pretty much all the pirates come alive, and they end up killing the 2 guys that are drunk on the boat. And they come out of the fog, and it's real creepy. And so those 2 scenes are definitely high up on Fear's list. Yo, what's up, heroes and villains? I'm almost at the end of my show, buddy. But I'm glad that you could come for the tail end of it. So, yeah. So, if you have not watched this, I highly recommend it. Thank you so much for the 5 likes. I can't thank you guys enough. It's one of my favorite films. It's not my favorite film, but it's one of my favorite John Carpenter films. Probably my favorite John Carpenter film of all time. Probably it's a split between Escape from New York and John Carpenter's Halloween with Michael Myers. Those 2 are fan-friggin-tastic. Amazing. So, if you haven't seen this one, it's definitely worth a watch. 9 out of 10. And it is like one of the most ultimate ghost story movies of all time. So good. Well, with that, guys, we've been going for about 48 minutes. I'm going to skedaddle because I've got some shopping to do. I need to buy a few things for my trip coming up. Fears is taking his trip this Saturday. And so I'll be gone for 10 days. I'll probably do a stream here and there while I'm on vacation. But really, if I'm being honest, I'm going to spend a lot of time with Enzo and my mom and my brother. I'm going to sneak away a couple of days and, check out some V-Stock. Get those gems, man. Get those Blu-ray gems. There's a lot on the list that I have to buy. I'm going to probably go bowling with Jonathan and my buddy Travis and Mike and all those guys back in Missouri. Definitely hanging out with my buddy Eric. We're going to probably grill it up for the 4th of July, so that'll be good. So there's a lot planned on the vacation. And plus, I just need the rest. I just need the rest. So 10 days of just rest and relaxation. It's going to be amazing. Well, with that, I'm going to take off, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed the afternoon stream. And tonight, I think I'm going to watch... Let's see, what am I going to watch? I think I'm going to watch another horror movie, and then I'm going to watch that Christian movie that I bought, The Shack, and I'm going to review that probably tomorrow. So, yeah. Other things I've been watching, I'm on the 5th season of MASH. There's 11 seasons of MASH, so we're making progress. And I'm almost on the 2nd season of Sequest. I'm like on the last 2 episodes in the 1st season of Sequest, moving in to the 2nd season. Because Sequest, I thought I could just knock out real quick. You know, it's only got 3 seasons, so it didn't do too well. But I think it's hilarious because it's like a half 80s, half 90s, like shit garbage, you know, TV show. I love it. Can't wait to review it for you guys. All right, I'm taking off, but time for some shout-outs. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to The Fears Man at FearsMan26 and Fears Vlogs on YouTube. Don't forget to check out my buddy Randall at Cameo Man 2021 and The Mayor of Magic. And last, but certainly not least, follow my friend Visions, Lord Visions, King of the Goths, at www.exhumvisions.com. Buy some cool shit. Why? Because Visions makes a lot of cool shit on his website, for sure. All right, I'm taking off. This is Fears, signing off. Peace, deuce. Fears loves you. Fears cares about you.